We're now ready to run our Python program by giving the computer a specific command. And we're going to do this through the terminal or the Anaconda prompt. And we'll open up that program with our Anaconda Navigator. So let's flip over to our Anaconda Navigator. And if you click on Environments and then on the play symbol, you'll get an option of opening it up. So Terminal for Macs, Anaconda prompt for Windows machines. And this terminal allows us to give direct instructions to our computer, and we just need to give it the right instruction. The first thing to do is actually to change directories. That's what this command does. By default, it opens up our home directory, but our Python program, hello-world.py, is not in our home directory. It's over here in this particular directory. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this command and go back over here. I'm going to paste this in here. It's just CD stands for change directory. So go into Dunder Data Courses, into Master the Fundamentals of Python, and finally into Module 08. So I'm now in this directory. You can issue a command here. This is just for Mac users, ls, or dir if you're on a Windows machine. So ls, it'll show you the contents. It just lists the contents of this directory. And now we want to execute this particular Python file. And the way to do this is very simple. You just write the word Python space hello_world.py, or whatever the file name is. And if you press enter, it will execute that program. It may look like nothing has happened, but it has printed hello world to the screen. So that's how you execute Python programs that are not in the Jupyter Notebook, that are just regular Python files. The steps are pretty simple. You open up the terminal or Anaconda prompt through the navigator. Then you cd into that directory. And then you just type Python space that program name. So the program name will end in .py usually. That's just the file where it's located. And then it'll run that program. If there's any output, it will display it in your terminal right there. So that's the that is basically just what you do in order to execute a program manually through your terminal or your Anaconda prompt. We're going to see a more professional way for executing Python files, and that is within VS Code. So we're not always just going to open up a terminal like that and execute. In fact, primarily, we're going to be inside of VS Code and executing our Python files there. All right, so congrats on executing and running your first Python file.